Welcome, Dr. Cheryl Selman. Dr. Selman is author of two very best-selling books, What Women Must Know to Protect Their Daughters from Breast Cancer and Hormone Heresy, What Women Must Know About Their Hormones. Dr. Selman, you travel literally all over the world talking to people and lecturing about these two books. What are some of the primary questions that people ask you when you do your lectures?
Well, you know, I'm very blessed. I do get to travel all over the world. I meet wonderful women wherever I go. And wherever I travel, I find there is tremendous confusion around hormones. There's confusion about what's really going on with our bodies during menopause. It's a time that can, in fact, create a lot of discomfort, although I really help to dispel the myths and lift the veil on menopause. You know, what I tell women who ask the question about menopause is that if we were healthy, if we really have the ability to eat well, to manage stress, to look after our body in the years before we enter this time of our life, we would in fact transition through menopause symptom-free. To the degree that we actually have symptoms, which in our society, in our culture, we accept as normal. When women go into menopause, it's like they are buttoning their, fastening their seat belts and getting ready for a really scary ride. But in actual fact, it doesn't need to be that way. There are cultures around the world where women don't have any symptoms when they go through menopause. The Japanese, for instance, never use the word hot flash because they never had hot flashes. For Japanese and other Asian cultures, they may have a little headache or stiff neck at menopause. They never had a hot flash. And only recently in Japan, since the introduction of a Western diet and lifestyle, do the Japanese have an experience of hot flashes. In fact, do you want to know the Japanese word for hot flash?
Sure.
The Japanese word for hot flash is hot flash. So this is a symptom that we have actually brought about due to the fact that we are eating processed foods, due to the fact that we're stressed, due to the fact that perhaps our bodies are nutritionally deficient. But the biggest question is, how do I prepare for menopause and what I need to do? And there are things that I do recommend, but the most important piece of information I like to give to women is that if we were in balance, if we had the ability to properly attend to our needs, we would transition into this stage of our life symptom-free as nature intended it to be. Another question women ask me is regarding perimenopause. So this is the 5 to 10 years before we actually have complete cessation of our menstrual cycles. And I like to use the definition of menopause as 12 complete months without a menstrual cycle. So if we haven't gone through 12 complete months without a menstrual cycle, we're in this time called perimenopause. Now this is a time when women most often go to the doctors complaining of all these symptoms, the hot flashes, the night sweats, anxiety attacks, weight gain, headaches, insomnia. There are a range of symptoms that occur. It's often associated with menopause, but actually this is a time called perimenopause. And what we now know about this time in our lives, and I have to thank a researcher and a medical doctor, actually an endocrinologist, Dr. Geraldine Pryor, who did research on this perimenopausal time in a woman's life. And what she found through her research is that this is a time when a woman is making some of the highest levels of estrogen in her entire life cycle. It's like the last great hurrah of the ovaries and the pituitary gland, which is the master gland, signaling the ovaries to come on, girl, just keep going. So it actually is a time of high estrogen levels accompanied by low progesterone. And this is a time when if a woman goes to her doctor, she may be encouraged to take hormone replacement therapy, which would be the exact opposite thing of what her body needs and requires. She doesn't need more estrogen. She really needs to help balance the excessive estrogen levels that she is already producing naturally with perhaps a little progesterone or other dietary needs and maybe nutritional support to help get her body back into balance. But it's very dangerous for a woman in her perimenopausal years with these symptoms to think that she is running out of estrogen and needs to be on hormones. She, in fact, is having this time of high estrogen levels and really needs to balance her body.
Boy, that's very vital information. I hope that people understand that they can learn even more by getting involved with your book, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.